All right, in other news, just 12 days until Election Day, and we're getting a better idea of who Pennsylvanians are leaning towards both in the presidential and Senate races. Sarah Wilson live outside the state capitol complex in Harrisburg with more on that. Good afternoon to you, Sarah.
James, good afternoon to you. I know it feels like every week we're throwing new numbers at you, and if it does feel that way, it's because it's true. But a lot of the times the polls don't change that much, at least a few weeks, at least before the election. That is really not the case this time, at least when we're talking about the U.S. Senate race between incumbent Democrat Bob Casey and his Republican challenger Dave McCormick. So among likely voters, Casey has a single-point lead over McCormick, 49 to 48%. Just last month, Casey had an 8-point lead, and over the summer, the July-August months, that gap was even wider at 12%. When it comes to the presidential election, not a whole lot has changed. Former President Trump has a 1-point lead over Vice President Harris. Most voters believe Harris has better judgment, is more trustworthy, and overall aligns closer to their views than Trump. But most voters also believe Trump is better suited to handle the economy, not so much issues like abortion. And you should see it on your screen there if you did not. That margin of error is between 4.3 and 5%, relatively standard for these kinds of polls. There are a lot of issues that this poll dives into. I'm speaking with an expert from F&M coming up at 1:30 today, and of course we'll continue to bring you the latest, as well as breaking down those numbers, James, tonight at 5 and 6.
Sarah, every time we have these poll numbers, they are getting closer and closer, and Pennsylvania, as you know, is so pivotal in this election. You can see just by these numbers why it is so critical that these candidates keep coming back here week after week.
Absolutely. I think as of yesterday, it was Vice President Harris's 20th visit to Pennsylvania. Trump is around that number as well, and it is so likely that we will just continue to see them come back here. And again, James, that is because we are the biggest battleground state, at least electoral-wise. We have 19 electoral votes. That is the most out of any other battleground state, including Michigan. So that really is why they keep coming back here.
All right, Sarah Wilson, live for us there in Harrisburg. Thank you very much for that.